the sun partially covered by the Earth. So part of the sun is being covered up, and only part of it is reaching you, so the light is not as bright as it had been when the sun is totally visible. So that's why we call that a penumbral eclipse. So just to remind you of some times, we have to pick a time zone here, just speaking in the Eastern time zone. From 12:55, the penumbral eclipse began, and then the partial eclipse, where the main shadow of the Earth, which we call the umbra, that started at 1:59 Eastern time. And the main eclipse, so that's the part coming up, the total eclipse, that will begin at 3:08 Eastern time, so that's 2:08 Central time, and 1:08 in Mountain time, and then at 12:08, just after midnight, on the west coast. So that's the start of the full eclipse, or the total eclipse, and then the total eclipse will last for about an hour and 18 minutes, so until about 4:23 on the east coast, 3:23 central, and 1:23 in the west. That's when the total part of the eclipse will end. So during that hour or so, hour and 18 minutes, you should try and get out and look at the moon, and hopefully you will be able to see some red color to it. Okay, I will just log out right here, right now. Again, this is Alphonse Sterling at the Marshall Space Flight Center.
Plus, we're on the NASA iPhone and Droid app under Remote TV. And you can find us on TuneIn, online or on any tuning app just by searching for Rock. We'll keep you up to date on NASA, developments, and science and
purpose of America's space station. Her ongoing mission to explore strange new sounds, to seek out new bands and new amazing music, to boldly go where no radio has gone before. I'm sorry, we kind of keep it out for a moment there. You're listening to Third Rock, radio powered with NASA.
Yeah, she's so cold, she's on fire. What she wants is a gun for hire. Yeah, she comes again, living beneath my skin, and she haunts me like a ghost. Yeah, she's so lost, but she's always around. What she wants is to find what can't be found. Yeah, she comes again, digging beneath my skin, and she haunts me like a ghost. Yeah, take it for what you feel. You never believe it's real. Then the one you love the most will haunt you like a ghost. Do you think of me and what could be and all the things that you never have again? Never have again. You think of me and all you see and all the faces that you feel for a long time till it comes again. Yeah, she's so cold, she's on fire, taking more than she needs to feed her desire. Yeah, she comes again, same as she's always been, and she wants to keep me close. Yeah, take it from what you feel, wondering if you're here, and she wants another dose. Yeah, she comes again, digging beneath my
Um, so, testing?
The one in the red.
This is Mitzi Adams from Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. We're looking at an image from the Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, California. And as you can see, the moon is almost completely in the shadow of the Earth. And there's just a bright rim around the moon to the right on the lower right part of your screen. And there is a little bit of color that you can see, a little bit of kind of a reddish color that you can see to the shadow as we enter the umbral phase of this eclipse, the total phase of this lunar eclipse. We have just 30 seconds to a minute more before we're officially completely in the umbra. And I invite you to enjoy it if you're able to look at it for real in the real sky, and otherwise to enjoy it on our video screen here as we post this image from Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, California.
Hey, Bill Nye, the science guy here, and CEO of the Planetary Society. I'm encouraging you to explore new worlds of music with Third Rock, America's space station. NASA's Third Rock is a blend of art and science presented by live music explorers who give you the best of what's out there. I mean, really out there. You've landed. Third Rock, America's space station.
Don't despair. You're there.
Feed from Griffith Observatory from totality, but you can see that this image from Arizona shows a totally eclipsed moon, or very nearly so. And we will continue to update the images and the video feed as we can. As you may have noticed, the internet seems to be quite alive and awake this morning, this early morning, with interest in this lunar eclipse. And we thank you all for your patience, and we hope to get you some more images very soon.